It's 1949, and the NBA is born. It's our baby, and we love it, but it's a bit of an ugly baby. This is the current climate of the NBA. This is Wilt Chamberlain, the man, the myth, the legend. He once scored 100 points in a game. It's rumored that he has slept with over 20,000 women. One time, Arnold Schwarzenegger said he was really strong. Some people say he's the greatest of all time. I say he was never tested. Wilt Chamberlain dominated, yes. But Wilt Chamberlain dominated a league in its infancy. To me, this is it's so obvious. And I'm sure those that agree with me are just nodding their heads like, man, how do people not see this? Let's take a look at the competition that Wilt dominated. I'm tired of false facts being spread. I've been debating this for 10 years already. And people are either lying or ignorant about the facts. So let's get the facts straight. For the purposes of this video, I will be discussing only Wilt's most dominant years, as his numbers plummet in the 1970s. So we're going to try to keep it relevant. Wilt dominated, yes. But Wilt dominated a bunch of scrawny white guys. This is a fact. What is this, a Weezer concert? Is that Macaulay Culkin? Wilt played in a league that had hardly any 7-footers. This is a fact. Against some of these teams, the discrepancy is huge. Some of these teams, like the biggest player on their team is only 6'7". I mean, you guys should be able to extrapolate so much from that simple fact. So I've shared the facts, and now this is how I see it. It all hinges on the player pool. The league in the 60s had a smaller player pool to recruit from. I'll use an extreme example to illustrate my point. So, what do you think the odds are of finding a 7-footer in a group of 100 people? It could be really low, right? Almost zero. Now, contrastly, what are the odds of finding 7-footers in a group of 100 million people? Going to be pretty good. Now, I believe Wilt benefited greatly from this concept. And the facts back up that opinion. And we've seen this trend happen in many other sports situations or competitive situations. For example, Ronda Rousey dominated women's MMA when it was in its infancy. But as soon as that league grew and matured, she was ran out of town. Youth sports draw from smaller player pools, and you will rarely find competitive games where the score is close. It's usually a blowout one way or the other. Usually one team will have some giant kid on their team. When Street Fighter first came out, the first kid to accidentally learn how to Hadouken dominated all their friends. And as soon as the game matured, it became more competitive. And that Hadouken spamming prick didn't dominate anyone anymore. Can you find other examples of this concept?